Imagine this. I'm standing in my backyard, the early morning sun barely filtering through the tall pines of Asheville, North Carolina. It's a crisp October day in 2024, and my 10-year-old daughter, Emma, is gasping for air, her small chest heaving like she's sprinted a mile. Her oxygen line, her life Flinius, sliced clean in two. And there, slipping through the shadows with garden shears glinting, is my HOA nightmare, Susan. But wait, because 5 minutes later, the sky erupts with the roar of 3 military helicopters thundering and like they're straight out of a blockbuster. Grab a coffee, because this story's about to grip you. What would you do if someone targeted your family over a petty rule? I'm Ethan Moore, 42, a single dad who's seen my share of storms. From deployments in dusty deserts to managing logistics at Camp Lejeune, a short drive from here, my world spins around Emma. She's my artist, always sketching whimsical creatures, but her lungs betray her daily with a rare condition that makes breathing a battle. Her oxygen machine, a noisy beast, hums louder than my old sergeant, its long tube stretching to the backyard where Emma loves to draw under an old maple. To me, that tube's invisible. To Susan Miller, 50, the HOA's self-appointed dictator, it's a blight on our pristine Asheville suburb, Green Hills. Green Hills looks like a postcard-perfect lawns, matching mailboxes, and an HOA that treats your flower beds like state secrets. Susan, all 5 feet 8 inches of her, with a perm that laughs at gravity, rules with a smile that screams, "I'm calling the cops." Her mission? Keep Green Hills flawless. Her target? Emma's oxygen tube, which she says ruins the neighborhood's charm. We moved here 6 months ago for a fresh start after Emma's last hospital scare. I've dodged bullets and red tape in Marines, but Susan's a different beast. Day 1, she's at my door, clipboard in hand, griping about my Jeep parked an inch off center. Week 2, it's my trash can's visibility. By month 3, she's fixated on Emma's tube. I tried reasoning, showed her medical records, offered a doctor's call. Her reply? If she's so sick, keep her inside. The air turned icy. I'm patient. Camp Lejeune taught me that, but Susan was relentless. Daily emails about violations, fines for unkempt landscaping, and whispers that I'm trouble. Neighbors stopped waving. Emma noticed. "Dad, why's everyone mad?" she asked, her eyes searching mine. It gutted me. Susan wasn't just annoying. She was making my kid feel like a burden. She'd snap photos of the tube like it was a crime scene, even told my neighbor, Jack, an ex-Navy guy, that the Moore situation was tanking property values. Jack shrugged. Susan had the HOA board in her pocket. She'd call meetings to rant about us, saying I was turning Green Hills into a charity case. Charity case? I'm just keeping my daughter alive. The worst? Emma overheard Susan call her tube ugly at school. "Dad, am I making the street look bad?" she whispered, her sketch pad untouched. I hugged her, said she's the brightest thing in Green Hills, but inside, I was raging. This was war. I fought back, quietly installed a military-grade camera, saved every email, every fine. Jack hinted Camp Lejeune owed him favors. "Want a show? I can make it happen," he grinned. I didn't know what he meant, but I kept it in mind. Susan escalated. One morning, I got an HOA email demanding I remove Emma's tube in 24 hours or face eviction, signed by Susan in all-caps fury. Eviction for a medical device? I marched to her house, think tacky gnomes, and a live, laugh, love sign screaming for mercy. She cut me off. "Rules are rules, Ethan. You're not in the Marines now." I showed her Emma's records. Her response? A sneer. Back home, I checked the bylaws vague enough for Susan to play queen. At an HOA meeting, she unveiled a PowerPoint, preserving Green Hills' prestige. Slide 1, Emma's tube, labeled visual blight. Slide 2, a fake graph claiming our house sank values. Neighbors nodded like drones. I stood up. My daughter needs that tube to breathe. Any issues? Silence. Susan smirked. We'll vote on enforcement soon. I was stretched thin. Work, stress, Emma's fading spark. She sketched less, watched the windows like Susan might pounce. I was breaking, but Jack's words echoed, changed the battlefield. Then the storm hit. Saturday, 6 a.m., I'm pouring coffee when Emma screams raw, terrified. I sprint outside. She's pale, gasping, her tubes severed, hissing air. Dad, I can't breathe. I hook up the backup canister, hands shaking, her color returning. My phone's camera feed shows Susan, hooded, smirking as she snips the tube at dawn. This wasn't petty, it was attempted murder. I'm ready to storm her house when Jack texts. Check the sky. A low roar builds. 3 helicopters from Camp Lejeune burst over the trees. So low the ground shakes, windows rattle, dogs howl. Neighbors spill out, gaping. Susan stumbles onto her lawn, curlers and all, face ashen. Jack's truck rolls up, a dozen ex-Marines piling out. Morning, Ethan, he calls, loud for Susan. Heard someone's messing with a Marine's family. Bad call. Susan's frozen. Neighbors whisper. My phone buzzes, texts flood the Green Hills Facebook group. Is this about the Moors? I pull up the footage. Susan, clear as day, cutting him his tube. I upload it to a military family forum. Jack knows. My post raw. My neighbor cut my daughter's oxygen line because it looks bad. She's 10. It explodes, 50 shares, then thousands. Comments rage. Who does this to a kid? Shares hit Facebook, X Reddit. A news station's tagged. Views climb to 10,000 in an hour. Susan's HOA empire is crumbling. The choppers land nearby. Jack's training exercise. Susan's yelling at his crew. You can't intimidate me. Jack, 6 feet 5 inches of calm, replies, just protecting a Marine's family. Know anything about threats. Neighbors doubt her now. I step forward. Susan, explain why you cut Emma's tube. She stammers. I don't know what you're talking about. I face the crowd. It's on camera. She could have killed my daughter. Gasps Ripple. A neighbor misses. Carter demands, is this true, Susan? Her mob dissolves. Jack's crew hands out flyers, forum post printouts with Susan's smirk. This your HOA president? They ask. Head shake. Apologies flow. I call a lawyer from Camp Lejeune, Sarah, who files charges. Vandalism, endangering a minor. By Monday, the HOA meets without Susan. Mrs. Carter demands her ouster. Susan's resigned, citing personal reasons as news vans camp outside her house. The forum post hits 100,000 views. In court, Susan's fake tears fail. She's fined $10,000, pays Emma's medical bills, and owes $5,000 more. She sells her house and vanishes. Green Hills changes. The HOA, led by Mrs. Carter, adds Emma's rule, protecting medical needs. Neighbors bring casseroles, toys, a sketch pad. Emma's back, sketching under the maple, saying, Dad, it's nice now. The post hits 1 million views, shared by advocates, even a congresswoman. Strangers send Emma art supplies. Jack's crew, dubbed Chopper Heroes, laugh it off over beers. My boss at Camp Lejeune gives me a week off. Good work, Moore. Susan thought she'd bully us alone. She didn't count on Jack, the neighbors, or the online army saying, not today. A Marine doesn't win solo, you find your people. Fight smart. Susan learned that hard. Emma's smile, her pencil scratching, is my victory. If you hear a rumble, it's just Jack keeping tyrants in check. What's your take? Could Susan have been stopped sooner, or was this showdown inevitable? Ever faced a bully like her? What did you do? Drop your wildest neighbor story below, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Should HOAs have this much power, or are they breeding grounds for petty tyrants? Let's hear your thoughts, get in the comments, and let's stir it up.